I will recognize the gentleman from the great state of Ohio, the chairman of the whole Judiciary Committee, Congressman Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Macowski, who are all these people in ICE detention facilities that Democrats went on the street? Who are these folks? Are they all just apple pie asylum-seeking folks, or who else might be in there?
Sir, thank you for the question. First and foremost, they're immigration law violators. They violated the basic laws, the immigration laws that are codified by Congress. I'll say it again.
So they broke the law?
Yes, sir. That's first and foremost. They're not a United States citizen.
Any of them violent? In addition to breaking the law, any of them violent people inside these detention centers?
Absolutely, sir.
Any of them gang members?
Absolutely, sir.
Any of them members of MS-13?
What's going on, Patriots? Welcome back to the channel where we say what needs to be said, call out the madness, and fight back against the chaos coming from the radical left. If you're tired of seeing lawlessness normalized and criminals protected more than law-abiding Americans, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping, yet unfortunately not so surprising videos I've seen in a while. It's a clip where Congressman Jim Jordan, a man who's never afraid to speak the truth, absolutely grills a witness on the dangers of Democrat-backed sanctuary policies. And let me tell you something. Folks, this stuff should have every red-blooded American fired up. So let's break it down.
Absolutely, sir.
Any of them Trendy Aragua gang members?
Again, sir, yes.
So they're not just all warm and fuzzy folks that the Democrats want out on the street, right? They're bad guys. Some of them are bad guys, really bad guys. Now, some of them are just asylum seekers, but some of them are really bad guys. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir, it's fair to say.
Yeah, because you worked in these facilities, is that right?
I've worked in them, sir, yes.
You know them better than anyone in this hearing room. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and before they go to detention, they have to get apprehended somewhere. They have to get arrested or taken into custody by ICE. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You got to get them somewhere. You know, maybe it's on the border, maybe it's somewhere else. But you have to get them before you take them to the ICE detention facility.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, did you ever think that you would see Democrat mayors in all kinds of urban areas around this country and Democrat city councils pass resolutions say, don't work with ICE when they come to apprehend gang members, bad guys, MS-13 violent offenders? Did you ever think you'd see that?
Not here in the United States, sir.
But that's exactly what's happening around the country, isn't it?
Yes, sir. In my home state of New Jersey, that's fact.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere. New Jersey, Denver, Boston, you name it. It's happening. And did you ever think you'd see governors and state legislatures do the same thing and say, you know what, our whole darn state is going to be a sanctuary state. Don't work with ICE when they're coming to enforce the law. Did you ever think you'd see that?
No, sir.
Did you ever think you would see judges in their chambers tell the bad guy, hey, talk to his lawyer, hey, slip out the back door because the ICE agents are coming in the front door to enforce federal law? Did you ever think you'd see that?
No, sir.
And did you ever think you would see what happened last week or 2 weeks ago, I should say, in New Jersey? Did you ever think you'd see members of Congress engage in that kind of behavior?
Sir, after what I witnessed in 2018, yes, in New York City, I didn't put it past anybody, but I find that behavior to be absurd.
Well, in other words, Mr. McCall, it's gotten so bad, nothing surprises you now with what the left's going to do.
Nothing, sir.
I know, and that's where the American people are, and that's why they appreciate what the Trump administration is doing. Why is it better to arrest people at the jails or at the courthouse, Mr. Macowski, than it is out on the street? Why is that better?
Well, I believe my colleague had touched on it, but it's much safer for the alien, the person involved, and it's also safer for the general public. Most importantly, the officers. The rule of thumb is safety first.
It's safer for everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
It's safer for everyone. Safer for the migrant, safer for law enforcement, safer for the general public, because you don't want to happen what has happened already because of the crazy left-wing policies that some of these cities and states and now judges have. When you could send two, it's cheaper for the taxpayers. Instead of sending 6 guys to arrest them on the street, you can send 2 guys to get him at the courthouse or at the jail. But that side says no. We're for the sanctuary policies. We're for making it tougher on law enforcement. We're for endangering the community. We're for making it tougher on the migrant and going out and arresting them on the street. Really, one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Would you agree, Mr. Macowski?
Yes, sir. And to your point, we talk about sanctuary cities, and my colleague was mentioning like deportation officers need to be on the street. Imagine if they would just honor detainers, they rolled over into custody, and I could send people over there to pick them up in a facility, not taking the officers away from an enforcement action. Okay, so deportation officers are very vital.
Yes.
And you know, the peaceful transfer from one facility to the other is just common sense, sir.
No, we call that, in economics, you call that opportunity cost, right? Because it's safer for the officer, safer for the public, safer for the migrant, but it also, when you have to send 6 of them out on the street, there's the opportunity lost that you now have 4 extra agents there when they could be out doing other good work protecting the public. That's how dumb, there's no other word for it, how dumb this whole sanctuary policy is. Thank you for your work.
Did you hear that? Judges, officers of the court sworn to uphold the law are allegedly tipping off criminals so they can avoid federal law enforcement. I mean, what in the actual hell is going on in this country? Let me be crystal clear. If you're helping criminals dodge IC, you are not upholding the Constitution. You're not some humanitarian hero. You're complicit in undermining our laws and putting Americans in danger. According to the testimony from Mr. Macowski, a guy who actually worked in IC facilities, these aren't just innocent migrants looking for a better life. No. Some of these detainees are violent criminals, gang members, even members of MS-13, and the left wants them released back into our cities? This isn't compassion. Folks, this is lunacy. Now, think about what that means. These aren't your average border crossers. We're talking about people who have terrorized communities, trafficked drugs, committed heinous crimes. And the Democrats' response? Sanctuary cities. Let's not help IC. Let's make it harder for them. Let's hide the criminals. It's backwards. It's dangerous. And it's hurting the very people they claim to care about: immigrants, minorities, working-class Americans. Because guess what? Those are the communities that suffer when violent offenders are released. Look at this map. From New Jersey to California, to cities like Denver and Boston, liberal mayors and city councils are refusing to cooperate with federal law enforcement. Why? To score political points, to virtue signal, to appease the radical left. And who pays the price? You, me, the hard-working American citizen, our families, our communities. And let's talk strategy. Jordan nailed this point. You got a guy in custody at the jail. You know where he is. He's not going anywhere. It's safer for everyone, safer for the officers, safer for the suspect, safer for the public. But instead, thanks to sanctuary policies, ICE agents are forced to track people down on the streets. That means more agents, more resources, higher risk, all because someone on a city council wanted to resist Trump or score woke brownie points. That's not progress. That's reckless. Yes, thank you, Mr. Macowski. It is just common sense. But unfortunately, that's a rare commodity in Democrat-run cities. And let's be real here, this isn't about immigrants. This is about criminals. This is about people who've already broken the law, not just by crossing the border illegally, but by committing violent crimes. If you can't make that distinction, you've got no business making policy. Now, let me tell you what's really going on. The left wants open borders. They want to erase national identity. They want to replace law enforcement with social workers. And they want to flood our cities with people they think will vote for them in the future. That's the game. But we see it. And more importantly, we're done playing it. Look, we're a nation of immigrants. That's part of what makes America great. But we are also a nation of laws. And without the rule of law, there's no freedom, no justice, no order. That's why we stand with IC. We stand with law enforcement. And we stand with every American who believes that protecting our borders is not racist, it's patriotic. If you're as fed up as I am, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe, because we are not backing down. Not now, not ever. This is our country, and we're taking it back one truth at a time. United States, stay strong, stay free, and God bless America. I'll see you in the next one. The file is too large. Can arise problems with preservation and synchronization. Continue anyway? Are you sure you want to delete this sheet? All data will be deleted. Really get out?